everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Swani and I make weekly lifestyle videos, and today me and my friend George are going to show you a couple of different tips on how to get your writing published. But before I get into all the juicy meaty stuff, I just wanted to give you a brief introduction. I do work in PR and I do freelance on the side, so these tips are coming from both perspectives, from both a PR perspective and a freelancer's perspective. So I'll show you certain resources that you can use, and I will show you how to approach a journalist. Yeah, and let's get started. So my first tip is to understand your beat. And your beat is your focus. So do you want to focus on animal? Do you want to focus on lifestyle? Do you like travel? Do you want to focus on food? Understand what your focus is so that you can understand sort of where you want to go. So you want to have an idea of what publications you want to write for. And once you have an idea of what publications you want to write for, understand what their voice is. Is it more informational? Is it more blogger style? Is it salesy? How do they reach their audience? And that is going to be something very important for you to understand once you approach a journalist or an editor from that specific publication. My next tip is establish a blog for yourself or somewhere where people can see your writing samples. When you approach an editor, they're going to ask you for writing samples. Always. That's never going to not be the case. So you want to make sure to have a writing sample handy. If you have no blog yet, or if you're just working on your website or whatever it is, you still want to make sure that you have written up something that you can show them. And this something has to be like the best work that you can offer. So make sure that it's revised and it's grammatically correct, there are no errors, like read it over and over again, just to make sure that everything is the way that it should be and that it is the best example of your work. My next tip is connect with editors and writers on LinkedIn and social platforms. So writers and editors are just like you. They're regular people. They have hobbies, they have things, places they travel to, they have things they love. So by following them, you're not only going to sort of see what they're up to, but you're going to be able to find a common ground between you and them. So maybe they just traveled to Bali and you traveled to Bali too. Maybe when you approach them, that could be your opener. Because of the nature of media, that's not something that's going to freak them out. It's not going to be like, oh, this person's stalking me, because that is, you know, the nature of the work these days. My next tip is when it comes down to pitching. So when you're finally done all your research and you are approaching somebody about a topic or a story idea, I'll have some examples below of what you can say to sort of break the ice, but you can say like, hey, this is my work for consideration, and I also think based on what your publication publishes, I also think this would be a great story idea for you all. Or you can even start with, I know that you recently visited Bali. I love Bali as well. I am a travel writer, etc. When you're first making the connection with writers or editors, understand that they're people as well. So it's always helpful to personalize the connection. Don't just send a mass email. Whether you're in PR or you're trying to get your writing published as a freelancer, you always want to have a personal connection to that person. Something personal and quick, because they don't have all day to like sit there and read an introduction, but they will, you know, remember those few lines from the email that you sent. My last tip is just that I want to share with you all resources. There's so many resources for you to begin sharing your work. For example, Upwork hires based on level, so you can be a beginner, you can be intermediate, you can be advanced, and this is a great way for you to just begin sort of getting your foot in the door, or just begin practicing writing for other outlets. And Pop Sugar, I write for Pop Sugar, Pure Wow. They make it very easy for writers to submit their work on the website, and in the next screen I'll show you exactly where you can do this on their website. So I'm here on the Pop Sugar homepage, and I'm just going to scroll all the way down, all the way, and then we're just going to click here, Write for Us. And it'll allow you to submit your own ideas, your pitches, and all your work here. I have my own platform, but it'll direct you to another sheet where you can submit your work. And then for Pure Wow, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm here on the website, and I'll just click on careers all the way at the bottom, and then you're going to click on Pure Wow editorial contributor. So want to write for us, fill out this form. Also links below a website you can use to find people's emails. So for example, if you want to connect with a writer at Condé Nast and they are not answering your LinkedIn, you can use this to find their email and then pitch them through email. Lastly, I just want to say, don't get discouraged. You're not always going to get an answer. You're not always going to get a reply. Most of the time you don't get an answer or reply, but sometimes you do, and that is very encouraging, and that happens to everybody. So even if you think you're not where you want to be right now. Just keep honing your craft, keep working on your writing. We can work on it together because I am always trying to improve and work on my writing as well. If you want me to discuss any of these points more in detail, I am more than happy to, because I love talking about this. So just message me below, shoot me a comment, let me know, or DM me on Instagram or whatever if you want me to talk to you a little bit more about certain things. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck in your writing journey. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day.